Yeah, I think it's wonderful that the TV licence fee is in the news so much lately, and so many different types of people who are talking about it who would never have thought about it before. They're learning that you may not need to pay it if you don't do certain things, and they're talking about what the future of it could be after 2027. And that's what we've all been fighting for on this channel and all the other YouTube channels that do it and all the other websites that do it. We've all been fighting to get this amount, of people talking about it, to see what we can do about it, because it is outdated. And I stumbled across this blog by this bloke, and he's talking about it in the way that I don't like very much, as we've talked about on this channel before. Have a look at this. Look. So this is the personal blog of James Cridland. He's editor of podnews.net and the daily podcast newsletter, who's a radio futurologist. Radio futurologist. Never heard that before. Right, so what's he got to say about the TV licence fee? After Nadine Dorries decided she'd spring for no more licence fee from 2027, there have been plenty of hot takes on how the BBC might take its funding forward. What the world needs is another hot take. Yeah, I know the feeling. I know the feeling. That's all I talk about. So here's an idea. Right, James, let's have a look. So it doesn't involve advertising. See, I think it does involve advertising. I think they need to focus on advertising. I think the future of the BBC is like Channel 4. Funding yourself through advertising. Everyone else manages it. Phil Riley has done the maths for BBC Radio, and it's not a pretty sight. It would require a 60% cut in programme content budget. Why? Why would it? And simultaneously put the rest of commercial radio out of business. Why would it? There's no way BBC Radio 1 going commercial would put all commercial radio stations out of business. Blimey, how big-headed can a corporation be, thinking, oh, if we start showing ads, they only want to show ads with us and nobody else. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. There's more than enough advertising budget to go around. If you make good radio, you'll get advertisers, and then you won't require a 60% cut in your budget, will you? Because you'll be making enough from ad revenue. CBeebies, the under-school age channel, can't have ads in it anyway, at least morally. Yeah, only morally. But there's loads of ads in kids' programme. You ever watch telly at Christmas? You can't move for toys. How would kids know what toys they might want for Christmas unless they see an ad for it? I don't have a problem with advertising. I think kids should, be exposed to less advertising. Granted, I do believe that. But there's other kids' channels out there that show ads. It's not a problem. That's how they pay to exist. BBC can do it. And it's likely that audiences would reduce if the output was full of advertising. Well, tell that to Nickelodeon, or the Cartoon Network, or ITV when they're showing kids shows. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Adverts are fine. And in any case, advertising needs audiences. Yeah, there you go. That's the one reason the BBC won't ever show ads, isn't it? Because their audience is plummeting. It doesn't involve television. Uh-oh, here we go. Now we're going to hit some problems, I think. The benefit of the television licence and the radio licence before it was that people of a low income didn't have to pay, granted. However, that's clearly not a thing anymore. And of course, the BBC does more than just TV and radio. It runs one of the most popular news websites in the UK, and iPlayer, and all manner of other things. So a licence for a device doesn't really make any sense. I think we can all see which direction this is going. He doesn't want it to be a television licence anymore. He wants it to be a media licence. And I think we will see where this is going. Household charges are inherently unfair. A house of 8 people consumes rather more of the BBC than a house of 1. So what he's saying here is he doesn't want the TV licence fee to be per household. He wants it to be per person. You may get some resistance for this one, James. I'd like to see if it's possible for funding to be done to maintain the BBC as it is currently funded, to the tune of 3.2 billion quid, like a small country, and they're still complaining they don't have enough money. You're having a laugh. You're having a laugh. It's the law at this point to say that the BBC isn't perfect, etc. And after 2 years working for the corporation, I'll happily give you plenty of examples of where it isn't perfect. But let's assume we want to maintain the money it's currently getting. Well, we learnt a very important point there, didn't we? What did he just say? After 2 years working for the corporation. So he's an ex-BBC employee. And he's defending the BBC. Funny that. I'm guessing he wants to renew his season ticket on the gravy train, eh? But let's see what ideas he's got. So here's the idea, right? This is his idea. A tax. Oh, I didn't see that one coming at all, James. It's collected with our income tax. We do this so that we can cut collection costs to a minimum. A media tax being collected with your income tax. That doesn't sound like a very good idea to me, James. It's based on income. We do this so that people who are not earning income, old age pensioners, don't pay. Or we do this so that people who are on low incomes don't pay. But you also do this so that everyone who gets a reasonable income must pay. And it's going to be a lot more people than now because you're not doing it by household, you're doing it by individual person. I'm not liking this at all. It's not set for renewal every few years with inflation. It doesn't need to be. It's based on salaries, which go up with inflation. Oh God. Paid per person. This isn't a household charge. Everyone gets some value from the BBC, so everyone pays, if they earn enough. I don't get any value from the BBC. I do not use BBC services. I do not miss BBC services. And yet you want to tax me to fund a service that I do not use or want to use in any way. That's your brilliant idea, is it? 1% of taxable income. A single parent on a minimum wage would pay 50 quid a year and would pay £4.15 a month. Yes, there is countries in the world that charge you 1% of your taxable income for their media licence. I do not want that happening in our country, thank you very much. Now, sadly, I'm seeing this idea of the tax popping up more and more in newspaper articles and in media outlets and stuff that I keep an eye on. And I really hope it doesn't go that way. If it goes that way, we lost the fight. We've come out worse. We've put all this effort in, persuaded people to stop paying their TV licence fees, all for nothing. And I do not want this to happen. The tax is the worst possible way. And they're going to get so much more money out of it as well. It's wrong. It's just wrong, isn't it? You pay per household at the minute, and at the moment we can opt out if we choose to. But if it's tax, you're not paying per household, and how the hell are you going to opt out of that? I don't like it. I don't like it at all, and I don't want this to happen. So what do you think about all this? To me, it's an ex-BBC employee trying to sell us on a tax that we don't want. If you want to read the full article, I always put the links below in the description bit. Take a look at that. And while you're down there, leave your comments on this video as well. Let me know what you think about this, because I'm not happy about it. And I'll see you in another video again soon. Thanks for watching.